What's up, guys? It is 10 o'clock on a Sunday night. We're on my night shift. I've been on the shift for about 2 hours now, and not much has happened. So I decided to tell you a little bit about one of the craziest things that I've done so far while working overnights. Because there are way less doctors in the hospital, they expect us to do things that we're not used to doing. And as a first-year resident, there's a lot that I haven't done. So the craziest thing that I've done is pronouncing somebody dead. And I really want to tell you guys about this experience because if you're a doctor or an incoming doctor and you haven't done this yet, you probably will at some point, and it is a freaking daunting experience. I enjoyed it. It was an eye-opener for sure. It was a great experience, but it's something that I was not prepared for. I thought I was. I knew all the right lines. I knew what was going to go down, and I'm not an emotional person. But this really struck me. And here's why. The way that pronouncing somebody dead works is, well, a doctor needs to do it because I think it's insurance purposes or legal reasons. I'm pretty sure it's insurance. But at night, we're some of the only doctors in the whole hospital, the internal resident team. And we're expected to go, whether they're our patient or not, to that room when somebody dies and go through the death pronouncement. And a lot of times the patient or the patient's family are in the room with them. So you have to go down there, meet the family, tell them, listen, I'm the doctor. I was called here to basically confirm that your relative is in fact deceased. I'm gonna go through a series of exams on her to make sure. You're welcome to be in the room if you'd like to. If not, you're also more than welcome to step outside. I've only done this twice. Most of the time they don't stay in the room with you, from what I hear. But if they do, I think it makes the whole process a little bit stranger. The first time that I did this, and here's how it works. You go in there, you talk to the family, and then you go through a series of exams on the patient to confirm that they're dead. Then our nurses already had an EKG printout showing that the patient was in fact in asystole, which means the heart wasn't beating. It's a flat line. But from there, you have to essentially examine the patient with your hands and with your stethoscope to make sure that there is no heartbeat, no respirations. You have to take their pulse, make sure that there's no pulse, carotid, peripheral. Check their heart and lungs with your stethoscope. But the weirdest one is checking to make sure their pupils are fixed and dilated. And to do that, because they had their eyes closed every time that I was in there, take their head and you open up their eyes. And if you've never looked into a human being's lifeless eyes before, that pierced my soul. That was unreal. A lot of people have told me that they had this experience with animals. With a human, this was just insane. I mean, holding her arm and trying to take a pulse and putting my stethoscope on her lifeless heart was insane. But opening her eyes and looking into her lifeless eyes was just, I can't even explain it. You'd have to do it yourself. But I think I have a whole new meaning and perception of what a soul is. I mean, looking into somebody's empty shell, you can tell that thing is empty, and it is freaking daunting. If you've ever had to do this before, or if you're nervous about doing it, or if you've ever done this with an animal, or just had to look into somebody's lifeless eyes, please let me know. I'm not sure if I'm alone here. The doctor that I was working with was like, yeah, the first time's freaky. And it is, it's freaky, but it's something that needs to be done, and it gives you a whole new outlook on life and what life is. So I'd love to hear your comments. If you enjoyed this is a whole new style of video. I've never done vlogging like this before. This is on my phone, in the hospital, with some free time. So let me know if you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.